Hello everyone, my name is Angelica and welcome to my channel. I hope you are all doing great. For today's video, I've prepared 3 super quick and easy home decor projects for boho style lovers. And if you are into this interior style, I also create a playlist with all my boho related videos. I will leave the link to it in the description box so you can go and check it out after this video is finished. Today's projects are also budget friendly and super trendy, something where you can see all over the Pinterest and Instagram, and doing them by yourself you save a lot of money. So let's talk in more crafting. Let's start with the first project. To create my garland, I will be using polymer clay in white color, but I'm sure air dry clay would work as good. I take small piece of this clay and create a roll which I'm dividing into equal parts. Of course, the size of your clay beads depends on your preferences. Now, each of these parts I roll between my hands into ball shape. Polymer clay is quite hard, but after contact with the warmth of your hand, it becomes slightly softer and easier to work with. I tried to roll it on the table, but the result wasn't as good, so I stick to rolling it with my hands. Amount of the balls depends on the length of garland you want to create. I take a piece of paper and grind black pepper over it. I've used this technique in one of my previous projects and you like it, so I decided to use it again. Then I take clay ball and roll it slightly on the top of the paper. Because this clay is quite stickable, it easily takes all the ground pepper from the paper. Then I roll it between my hands again to push this texture more into the clay. And I repeat the process with all of my clay balls, adding more ground pepper on the paper from time to time. Now they are all nicely covered. I take some pointy tool and start creating the hole in the middle of each ball. The best kind of tool you can use would be some thin straw or something what actually cuts the hole out instead pushing the clay on the sides like in my case. It works fine, but it slightly changed the round shape, so I have to roll it again between my hands. Once all balls have hole, I place them on the baking tray with baking paper. I make sure they don't touch each other. And I place them to the oven for 30 minutes at 110 Celsius degrees. After baking and cooling down, they are nice and hard. It's time to attach them to the hemp yarn. To make this process quicker and easier, I take some thin wire which will work as my needle and help me to push the yarn through each hole. I cut long enough piece of yarn for all my clay beads. At the end, I'm making double knot to stop the first bead. I'm making this knot few centimeters away from the actual end. Between each bead I'm going to create a double knot which will hold the beads in place and also add more details to this garland. Once all beads are added on the yarn, I'm going to create 2 tassels, one on each end of the garland. You can connect 2 ends together, creating kind of necklace, but I've decided to keep them separately. I take few pieces of yarn and fold them in half. Then I take the end of the garland and connect it all together. And to create night tassel, I'm using a gathering knot. I cut the excess yarn and then create another tassel on the other end. Really cute piece for decorating your bookshelves or table, easy and quick to do, and as I said before, you can use air dry clay instead of polymer clay. To decorate my 1 pound round mirror, I will be using wooden skewers, which I found in barbecue section for £1 as well. And to cut them, I will be using wire cutters. I also drew design of the mirror I'm going to create to help me using right lengths of the wooden sticks. As my drawing shows, I'm starting with the longest parts. For the sticking part, I'm using the flat end of the wooden stick. I cut it slightly shorter and attach it to the back of the mirror with hot glue. I measure the length of the whole stick and the outstanding part, and then I transfer these measurements onto new stick which will go on opposite side. Then I glue another stick halfway between the long ones, and this one is actually half length of the previous ones. Then following my design, I attach more and more sticks all around the mirror. Each stick is shorter than the previous one. And I also try to keep the same distance between the sticks so it looks tidier and more professional. Half of the mirror is done and the other half I'm starting the same way, from the longest stick all around to the shortest. To be able to hang this mirror on the wall, I create a little loop which I attach at the back of the mirror with fair amount of glue. To cover the whole back of the mirror, I cut out a round piece of cardboard and glue it. To add more bohemian touch, I took cotton rope which I interlaced between the sticks. I've made 2 rows, each one starting from different side. I'm really happy how this mirror turned out. It's a really unique shape and eye-catching. For the base of my tray, I will be using cardboard. I take some round shape item and draw the perfect shape on this cardboard. Then using sharp scissors, I cut the shape out. Try not to bend the cardboard if possible. Using ruler, I find the center of this circle and this will be the point where I start gluing my rope. I'm using quite thick rope so the whole tray will be more stable and it also takes less time to glue it down. I glue small section at a time, making sure the rope sticks nicely to the bottom and also covers the whole surface. Once the whole circle is covered, I cut the rope and glue it on the side of the previous row. I go around with the scissors to cut off any excess cardboard. To create the size of the tray, I will be using wooden rings, which are actually curtains rings. I just remove the metal loops from them. And then again, using hot glue, I attach one ring at a time in standing position. You don't need plenty of glue, small amount keeps the ring nice and steady. I only glue them to the bottom, I don't stick rings together. I draw another circle, but this time it will be only as wide as 2 thickness of the cord. And I cut out the middle part. This part will create the top edge of my tray. Then I glue 2 rows of the cord around the circle. Because my cardboard was green on one side, I had to make sure to cut off the visible parts of it. And then I attach it to the rest of my tray by gluing it to each ring. Super affordable way to create decorative tray. Combination of cotton cord and wooden rings gives a really boho vibe to it. Let me know in the comments section which project is your favorite, and overall, if you enjoyed this video, please click the like button and subscribe to my channel. It helps pushing this video to more audience and it helps this channel growing. And if you are interested to see more DIY home decor projects in different styles, just leave the comment down below. And for now, thank you so much for watching, your support, and I will see you in my next video.